Hey, welcome to Generation X3, where one baby boomer talks to three millennials about the topics of the day. And today's topic is Herman Cain. Is he indestructible? What do these Gen 3X millennials think of Herman Cain? You don't like him.
No, I mean, his whole policy and everything, like the 999, whatever, that is crap. And he's got the sexual allegations now. I think he's a complete moron. And I didn't think Obama's going to get reelected, but by looking at the candidates for Republican Party, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people are going to go, look at these candidates. People are going to go to the booth, like,
Don't you
going
think
like
it's
this
like
and
a
voting
joke?
like this. It's so bad.
I feel like it's a joke.
He now is blaming the Democratic media for accusing him of these sexual allegations and say that they're digging too deep and whatever. But every person who gets into the first spot of the GOP or any candidate gets crap like this, like Obama with his birth certificate and with him being Muslim and and George Bush and him smoking pot. Like, this happens to every candidate, and now he's saying like that it's because he's black that the Democratic media is going after him and accusing him of these allegations. So I just think he's using a lot of like his race.
So you don't like him?
He's pulling out the race card for things that don't make sense.
Okay, here we go. Here's our actual. You're actually a conservative when you break it down.
I don't know, but
yes.
I tell you the truth, I don't really know too much about the guy, or any of the any of the real contenders for president.
You don't care.
It's not that I don't care, but
Yeah.
I think it's just it's almost just becoming like it's ridiculous. It's like, doesn't our country need someone who's kind of like has a backbone and like actually stands for something and like
who?
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's
Who
no
in the
one.
past?
There's
Has
no
there
one
ever been
really.
anybody?
Probably Abraham Lincoln.
How about Eisenhower?
Yeah, but I mean, he was a general, and didn't he do he wasn't very good president, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I wasn't
A
around
lot
at
of
the
people think
time.
he was a great president because he was not meddling all the time.
Oh, that's probably a good policy.
That's what I always think. I haven't worked for the government. I can guarantee you don't want people doing anything. So what about yourself? What would you like to see?
I don't know. I mean, I just feel like there's not very many options as far as candidates.
How about Ron
right now.
Paul? Has anybody followed this guy? He's a pure libertarian. He thinks drugs should be legalized. He thinks that we should take a look at the Federal Reserve and audit their books because he thinks there's some corruption possibly.
I think he's the best candidate, but with all this circus, it's a circus.
And they're not giving him any coverage.
Exactly.
Like, we've talked about this before. No one knows about Ron Paul.
I think
They know about him, but they never
he
get
went
to
on
hear from him.
vacation. Where did he go?
He's still there.
He disappeared off
They
the
just don't
face of
talk
the earth.
about him.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think they don't talk about him?
Because he's not I'm sorry to say that he's not a freak like most of the other ones
just
who are
not
just so ridiculous.
A very conservative Republican.
Yeah.
Like all of the other candidates.
He's not a gay basher. He's not like saying craziness like Bachman and her anti. There's so many. Like, he's just
Kind of normal.
normal. Yeah.
So you think the promotion of legalizing drugs is a normal thing? You think everyone should be doing that?
It's in the right step. I mean, it's gonna get to that point at some.
Drugs, just weed, right?
Yeah.
Not like.
We're not talking.
No, he would actually
Oh, please.
probably not legalize but decriminalize.
Well, that's
Because
different. Yeah. That's completely
I'm
fine.
guessing, but as a libertarian, I'm kind of a libertarian myself, that he would promote the legalization of marijuana and the decriminalization of other drugs because it's a problem for the law enforcement business. It's costing us too much money to deal with this, and we have the Mexican drug cartels and all these other issues that to contend with because it's like a prohibition era problem where you have organized crime messing things up.
Yeah, it's like legalize it, just don't smoke it all the time.
Yeah, well, that's that's an interesting point that they refuse to bring up over and over again. In Portugal, they actually have done this. And the use of all drugs, they've decriminalized everything, basically.
It's the same in my country.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They've dropped. The figures have dropped dramatically, and that's exactly what would happen anywhere that this happens. It happened during the Prohibition era. I mean, things fall off because now there's no cachet that attracts people.
Yeah. When I was in New York last week, I met this dude. I'm not gonna tell you who it was, but His whole job is he just rides around on his bike and delivers pot to people all day.
That's his job?
It's his job. He gets like $10 a time, and it's like,
$10
people
a pot.
just call him, hey, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I need this here. It's like,
So he's a messenger.
he's a bike messenger for pot. And
Does he work for like a cannabis club? Or
No.
is it like
This
all
is totally
illegal?
underground.
This is here too, a lot
yeah,
of it.
it's here too. But I mean, New York, like the East Coast is supposed to be like 1,000,000 times harder than California to get pot. And you just make a phone call and call this dude. It's like it's basically legal. It's just costing us police resources, putting people through a lot of hassle,
Jail.
all kinds of stuff.
Do you know anyone who smokes pot all the time? Oh, wait a minute. We all know someone who smokes pot all the time. Does that?
How many of them?
Does that well, yeah. How many? Have you noticed that it hurts their productivity or sometimes ruins
Exactly.
their life?
It's like I'm
I
not.
think that's not a generalization about anyone.
Let's question that. Why does she have that opinion?
You can't wake up in the morning and have a beer
I'm joking.
and go to work. You can't wake up in the morning and smoke
They
a
do that
joint
in
and go to work.
Denmark.
I'm sorry. People try and do it, but
You can
it's
do it.
You can in Denmark they do drink beer in the morning. It's just like a beverage.
yeah, I
That's
don't
what we're
think
gonna
so.
do in an hour.
Trust me, I have
it's not the
I have a
morning.
million friends who are the coolest people in the world, but their greatest accomplishment in life is like a freaking bike rider jumping off a cliff, a cool drawing of this guy that's hanging on his wall. You know, it's like
What are you talking about?
what I'm saying is that if you're just a giant stoner, you don't accomplish
That's
anything.
not. I have a lot of friends who are giant pot smokers, and they do a lot. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just how you.
I think it's the
about it.
individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be, yeah.
I think some people get totally like dumb, and some people actually can focus.
everybody
and
reacts to
function.
differently. Like with alcohol, you have wife beaters, and you have people who become happy. I mean,
Yes,
Same
alcohol is actually a good example of that. Because alcohol has a personality effect, and some people do get mean drunks, and then there's the happy drunk, and and then there's the morose drunk. And you try to avoid these people.
There's the overly sensitive drunk.
Well, at least we came to one conclusion on this show. Ron Paul's a good guy, and they should give him more airtime, which we're never going to see, by the way. You've been watching Generation X3.